Hello. In this video, I want to talk about the importance of planning your work each week and the importance of reviewing the work that you have done each week. Planning and reviewing what you are doing is important in any year, but in this year, during which you will not have as much formal contact time because of the situation with the COVID-19 pandemic, it is doubly important. In my degree, I had 3 years of traditional teaching with lectures and tutorials. The whole of my final year was then devoted to a research project. During the first 3 years of my degree, we were free to attend lectures and to work at any time. In my final year, by contrast, I was expected to show up in the office at 9 and to work through till 5 in the evening every weekday. If I could go back and give my 18-year-old self one piece of advice about university, it would be to work from 9 to 5 each day, rather than working when I felt like it, as I had done during the 3 years prior to my project year. Working 9 to 5 in my final year didn't prevent me from partaking in any of the social or extracurricular activities that I'd done in the previous 3 years. In fact, because I had put in a good chunk of work during the day, it meant I was free to do all these things that make life worth living without feeling guilty about the various homework sheets that I hadn't yet done. If I could thus give you one piece of advice as you start university, it is thus to use the calendar app on your phone to plan out when you are going to work on each of your modules during the week. Do this at the start of the semester and then use the same plan every week. You might choose to plan out your week like this if you like working from 9 to 5 each day. Anything is better though than simply hoping that you will find the time to do the work that is required each week. Remember as well that you will learn far more if you do little bits of work on this module regularly. If you work regularly, you will also end up feeling far less anxious about the various assessments that you have to complete when deadlines come around. To help you plan out your week and review what you have done, I have provided 3 Canvas quizzes each week that you can use to plan and review the work that you are doing during the week. Suggested times at which I would recommend you fill in these quizzes are shown in bold in the timetable on this slide. You do not need to do it at these particular times, but you should perhaps do it on these days. If you look at the Canvas page, you will see that these quizzes appear as shown here. The planning quiz is the first activity in the set of activities for each week. If you are watching this video, you already know how to access this quiz. The second 2 activities, the midweek and end of week reviews, will appear near the bottom of the list of activities for the week. All 3 of these quizzes are anonymous surveys, so I cannot connect the comments made with the students who wrote them. This is fine, as what you're writing down when you answer these quizzes is primarily for your own benefit. Completing these quizzes should help you plan and to think about what is going well, what is going poorly, and what help you need. I may on occasion read what the class is writing, but I'm doing so primarily to see if there are any commonalities that you are all finding difficult. If there is something that many students are struggling with, I then might make additional resources to help with that particular task. Remember, however, that I do not know what you have written. I am not using these quizzes to police how you work, and if you write here that you are finding something hard, I still have no way of knowing that you are struggling unless you tell me. If you write in your quiz that something is hard, I just know that one of you is struggling with something. The idea with these quizzes is that you should do the planning activity at the start of the week. This activity asks you to think about what you have to do during the week, when you are going to work, and what your aims are for the week. In the middle of the week, you should do the midweek review. This is your chance to think about the help you need and is the most important of these 3 quizzes. My view is that this is the most important thing for you to do each week. I really want to help, but I will only know you need help if you tell me. At the end of the week, you have one final quiz to complete to review the week. This quiz is your opportunity to identify what was easy and what was hard, and to think about what you can do better next week and where your focus should be next week. These quizzes are not things that you've done whilst you were at school. They are really important, however, in terms of taking charge of your own educational and personal development. Spending a little bit of time each week thinking about where you are and where you want to be in the future is a really good work habit to get into now as you start this more independent part of your education.